And this is where my big crybaby so excited is a perfect time to cry in front of the whole school. Hello everyone. Younger me was known to be quite a crybaby, and in school I was no different. Though in 8th grade, it was my first time crying in front of the whole middle school. Oh, before we can get into that, let's get some background information. I had this English teacher. Let's give her the name Miss Grace. It was her first year teaching, and with this being her first year, she was kind of known to get taken advantage of by her students. I'm not gonna lie, the students were bad. I always felt bad for her since she was a really nice teacher. Plus, it didn't help that a lot of the students didn't like her for whatever reason. And honestly, I think teachers don't get paid enough to be dealing with children than to get continuously disrespected by them. One day at lunch, I was by myself, so I went to Mrs. Grace's classroom. I was eating with my Chromebook open, and on this day, it was only the two of us in the classroom. But no, normally people do come in to do assignments or just to hang out. She was on a phone call, which later I found out to be her mother, and I could tell she was having a really rough conversation. She seemed really down, and with the small parts I can overhear, it was not good. And like I said, I always felt bad for her, and I just couldn't hold back. I asked her if I could give her a hug. She did chuckle a little and said, sure, and we hugged. And that was the end of it. Or so I thought. Coming as a surprise, I got Student of the Month by Miss Grace. At the time, I didn't really understand why, but I didn't question it, since I often did get Student of the Month for being kind or caring. At the assembly, I knew I would have to go in front of everybody, and it made me super anxious. They called for all the students that got Student of the Month to the front stage. I went up to the stage, and one by one, they awarded a piece of paper while the teacher shared why they picked the student they did. When it got to me, I felt my heart pounding. I moved up next to Miss Grace. Then Miss Grace started to recall that lunch story. I was shocked that she even remembered that. To me, it was the least I could do, but to her, it meant so much. I felt seen. But then I remembered that I was in front of everybody, and let's just say my emotions were kind of overloading. And this is where my big crybaby so just decided is a perfect time to cry in front of the whole school. I think it was the combination of just being nervous and her remembering that moment that just made me leak like a fountain. I was touched, but I was also really embarrassed at that time. It was in front of the whole middle school. Obviously, now looking back at it, I'm not that embarrassed because it does mean a lot to me, but I mean, I was really embarrassed at the time. Okay, that was the end of it. I hope you guys liked that. Thank you for watching. This is the first time actually being able to raise my voice because I always film these like late at night. But if you have any tips on storytelling, because this was my first one, put them in the comments because I would like some help on that. Oh, right. Thank you for 30 subscribers. We did hit it, and I did say a pre-thank you in the last one, but I just want to say it now because, you know, at least at the time, I do have 30 subscribers, so thank you. Like I said in the other one, just thank you so much for all the support I've been getting. It just means a lot. I do have some more ideas, but if you have any like ideas yourself that you might want to hear about, and if you have like, if you want to know how school was for me or something like that, I can make a video on that. I do have quite a bit of horror stories about driving if y'all want to listen to that. Okay, I'll be trying to work on the next video as fast as I can, but until then, bye bye. Love y'all.